Hey, Missy. So I just want to first and foremost thank you for coming back on the show. It seems like it's been quite a while, but a lot has changed for you. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your day and coming on.
Totally. Thank you for having me. When did we talk last? Back in
It was,
beginning of the year or
it,
2020, right?
yeah, it was
February.
the last Olympia, like prior to the last Olympia. So yeah, I guess it was
Oh,
because I got you right before you went to the Olympia. So it was quite a while, probably
it's been a
almost a
while.
year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
What do
well, but now, I mean, I'm going to introduce you as the new Crown Fitness Olympic champ. How's that
Thank you.
feel?
Oh man, it feels so good. When people say it to me now, it kind of like gives me butterflies because it's like, wow, I've been trying to get here for so long, you know?
Yeah.
It's so funny because I found this photo of me when I was like 17 years old. And I'm like, I got a straight bar and I'm doing like a barbell curl, like looking into a mirror. But someone has taken it. I don't know even who took this photo, but they took the photo of me like sideways. And I'm just like so intense staring at myself. And I'm like, man, that's probably what I was thinking. Like, I'm going to be Miss Fitness Olympia.
Yeah.
Like,
That's so funny. It's like it was a long journey, especially if you look at it from there, from that point and onto
totally
to now.
17 years old. Like it was all a dream. And now
Yeah.
it's like reality.
Yeah, that's it. It's so I was going to ask you, how did the training go? With everything going on with the pandemic. One of the things that I remember last time we talked that kind of stuck in my mind that you had like a home gym, and this was prior to the pandemic and stuff like that. And I thought it was pretty cool. You get to kind of train at your whenever you want. You're right there. And then the pandemic hit, and I was thinking about it today before I got on with you. I was like, what a blessing to be able to have that ability. So, like, how was your training in general? Like, if you want to talk
Yeah.
about that.
You nailed it on the head. It's like a blessing, honestly, to have like the best equipment down here that I need for training. The thing that was hard for me though was like the fitness aspect because the gymnastics clubs, like one of them actually went out of business where I would go and practice my routine. So I ended up calling that woman and being like, hey, what are you doing with like your equipment? And she's like,
Hmm.
well, we're basically going under for closure. So whatever you want, come make me an offer. So
Right.
I bought probably like $1,000 worth of mats that I just
Mm.
kind of have in my garage now. So if you go on my YouTube, and I've posted on my Instagram that like you see me practicing in my driveway and stuff on these mats. So
Yeah.
that part was very difficult for me, but the training aspect, because I love training so much and I love bodybuilding, and it's kind of like where my roots are, is like training hardcore, you know? So I
Hmm.
went back to the compound movements, the deadlifts, squats, just
Yeah.
rows, like stuff I needed to do to like build like more uh what's the word I'm looking for?
Like
More
develop.
dense.
Oh, gotcha.
Mhm.
Yeah, that well, I looked over it again before our show, just the fitness Olympia, and you definitely look bigger, like in a positive way, obviously.
Thank
So like the difference between you and the other competitors are very distinct. And so one thing I noticed is that also your stamina was really good. Like they had you guys in the same position for quite some time, and
you.
you can see, and I'm not going to go into names or anything like that, but you can see like some people fading. They're kind of like their poses were like, as time was going on, they were kind of diminishing. And you got to think that lactic acid in your shoulders is building up, but I mean, you seem to have no problem with it. How did you feel about them comparing you guys?
Yeah, wow, that's a great point. I'm so glad you like noticed that. They definitely did keep us in the poses a long time.
Mhm.
It for me, I was on the far left and then they put me into the middle. So right there I knew like, ooh, I got a good shot here. Like I'm dominating the physique
Mhm.
round because they weren't moving me and they kept making us do our quarter turn. So I felt good in that moment. But as for posing, when I do my check-ins with John, um, I'm doing my poses that entire like check-in. So,
Mhm.
I do my quarter turns, I hold them. And then as I get closer to the show, I'm downstairs here with my heels on after training. And I do like, say three sets of quarter turns. So
Mhm.
I'm like holding, turn. So it's like training. You just got to condition it.
Right.
And I think that's important too, especially like in our physique round, because a lot of the girls, um, at the amateur level, they don't do the physique round. It's just fitness routine.
Oh,
So
wow.
when
Okay.
you come up to the pro division, there's girls like me and Whitney and Oksana who've been doing this for like almost a decade now. And we have that posing under our belt. So
Mhm.
you see those girls starting to fade, even the
Mhm.
younger ones, but we're still holding our shots.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could definitely tell that that it's a hard, process, hard job to do that because even though you're doing great and you obviously did more than what you needed to win the show, I can tell by your breathing this wasn't easy. Like, like the way you were, you had a smile on your face, you were doing great, but it's definitely taxing. So sometimes when people, especially if they don't know much about bodybuilding, they think posing is so easy, but it's just as hard as developing your physique just to
A
get
hundred
there.
percent. And even like you said with the smile too, that's like practice too. You gotta
Hmm.
like put the work in like downstairs. Well, me downstairs in my gym, right?
Yeah.
But I'm standing in front of the mirror, smiling, hitting my poses because it's something that um it's like you condition yourself just to do it. It's like a guy hitting front double bicep
Yeah.
or
Yeah. Yeah, good point. So at what point, well, let me ask you this. How did you feel about, like, obviously, like we've talked a lot about your physique. So you look very sharp. I personally think, and obviously the judges that, that's the best physique there. How did you feel about your performance as far as the routine?
so routine. I felt like I nailed it. Like after I had so much fun performing on stage, the convention center in Orlando was actually like the biggest stage we've ever competed
Hmm.
on, which was awesome. Even bigger than like the Olympia at the Orleans. Like this stage was huge.
Awesome.
So the audience was packed too. I don't know how the Olympia team did it, but there was like probably thousands of people in this audience in
Wow.
Orlando. So it was awesome. There was a lot of energy there. I felt really good in my performance. I made sure I had skills in my routine that like I could do in my sleep because I
Hmm.
knew like with Oksana coming back and Whitney like beefing up her routine, I knew I had to be like on point with everything.
Right.
So yeah, I felt really good after like when I finished my routine on stage, I was like, whoo, like I did it. Like this is the amount of time that I put into this prep and off season, like it all paid off. Whether I got first or whatever top five, I was like,
Hmm.
I'm just happy and blessed that I like got to be here, do
Hmm.
this.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, the production looked like from being at home, like the production looked incredible. Like I don't know if that's, it sounds like you felt the same way, but the production was amazing. I've never seen an Olympia so crisp. The music was good. In like, you know, like I don't even know what kind of music you'd call, it, but just like transitional music and stuff
Yeah.
like that they used was really good. I mean, it looked like a legitimate sport that you would watch like NFL or NBA, like on, or some kind of UFC on pay-per-view. It was really good. Like I really hope that they continue, going that direction. So
Yeah. And I think it was worth the 50 or $60 that you would spend to get the pay-per-view. I mean,
mhm.
it's like, it's almost better watching it like at home,
Yeah,
like the safety of your home, especially right now. Like
right.
you can still see all your favorite divisions. And yeah, it wasn't like an outdated kind of pay per view. It
Mhm,
was, like you said, good music and
mhm.
very lively. So yeah, I was definitely proud to be a part of the Olympia this year because they killed it.
Awesome, awesome. So at what point did you feel, or was there a point at all, I should just preface that, um, that you felt like, okay, I'm at least top two, if not already like winning this thing?
Um, so when they because when we're doing our fitness routines, they have like a Megatron backstage that you can watch the routines, like when you're back there.
Mhm.
But a lot of the fitness girls, we don't watch the routines because God forbid something were to happen, like someone hurts their arm or hurts their ankle. If you're the next to go and you're watching that routine, that's going to
Mm.
psych you out.
Yeah.
So I know for me, I just kind of keep to myself backstage. I got my headphones on. I'm trying to channel calm and just be in the moment kind of presence,
Mhm.
not get too anxious, but use it as like fuel. So backstage, I really just kind of keep to myself. But I knew when the award ceremony was happening, I knew I was going to be top 5. I knew that for sure, for
Mhm.
sure. When they called Whitney for 3rd, I was like, whoa, okay, it's between me and Oksana. Like this
Mhm.
is, I thought it was going to personally, no disrespect to Oksana, but I thought it was going to be between Whitney and I. Um, so in that moment, I was like, whoa, okay, so it's me and Oksana.
Yeah.
And then there was a mix up. I don't know if you caught this with
I
the,
did. I was gonna actually talk to you about it. How you felt like that was very I mean, I know what happened. There was some kind of mistake, but that was very strange. And I just wanted to know how you felt about that whole situation. Like how, it
yeah,
was definitely different.
totally. So I'm sure you have a lot of bodybuilder followers that listen to your channel,
Mhm.
but so with the women's fitness, the physique round is scored, and then so is the fitness routine at night. So there is like math being done at night.
Mhm.
There was obviously that mathematical error because I was first in the physique round. If you look at the scorecard, Oksana was fourth, Whitney was second, and Ariel was third. And then in the routine round, Oksana was first, I was second, Whitney was third. So Oksana was closer to third place than she was to second place
Mhm.
in when you mathematically pull all the numbers.
Yeah.
Um, so I understand like it took a little bit of the shine away, but it's okay because like I wouldn't want to be a judge, it's a
Yeah.
hard thing to do. But at the end of the day, I am still Miss Fitness Olympia,
Oh
so
yeah. Yeah. For sure.
it's
For sure.
all good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you still walked away with that medal and that check and
Yeah,
everything else. I was wondering, did you think so? Of course, like I knew so I watched that part like later, and I already
yeah.
by that time I already knew that you won the Olympia. So I kind of had like already an idea of that. So I was curious on how you felt when they asked you to come back. Did you feel like you were gonna win the Olympia, or did you feel like they were placing you like further back for something? Because they asked you to come back, and there was a time there between that and then Oksana being announced as like a second place, and then some time between you being announced, if I remember correctly, as the champ. So did you think, oh, when they pulled you back, that's it, I've won, or was it the opposite? Do you think you dropped?
I felt like time had stopped, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I could hear people in the audience like booing, and like,
Mhm.
um, I didn't know if they were booing at me or like at
Mhm.
Oksana or like the whole situation. So I was like, I was kind
Yeah.
of thinking like maybe Whitney got bumped up
Mhm.
and maybe Oksana got pushed down to third because if you watch Whitney's routine, she did
Mhm.
really good. Like she
Yeah.
was very athletic this year. She looked great, and no disrespect to Oksana, like she has her style of dance, and
Mhm.
Whitney just brought like totally something different. I'm
Mhm.
Because I've watched the routines now, I can say this, but at the time,
Sure.
like I didn't know.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, um, I was like, come on, call me. Like, what am I
Yeah.
getting here?
You were just ready for it to be over. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
funny.
shit.
That's funny. But yeah, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, they called you, you you won. It was a great, excuse me. It was a great moment. So the biggest thing coming into this, Fitness Olympia was that Oksana was coming back, that, she won 4 times. She was, that she was shoe in to win it again. Really, the talk was really her. And for you to dethrone her, like, I'm thinking of the situation last year with Brandon Curry winning the Olympia. A lot of people were like, yeah, he won the Olympia, but the big players weren't there. And of course, he disproved that, because all those people that people thought were going to beat him, he beat all them this year, except Rami. But in your case, all the big players were there, and the one girl that everyone thought was going to win, you dethroned her. So, like, how, like, was she the focus of your drive towards this Olympia? And also, how does it feel essentially dethrone? I know she was coming back, she didn't really have the title, but we can call it a dethroning of her, being an Olympia champ, so to speak.
Yeah. So ultimately, at the end of the day, like, I just have to focus on me, Missy, and making myself better. And as I've gotten older, more mature in the sport, that's what I try to do every show. I just try to bring my best physique and my fitness routines. I obviously want to make my degree of difficulty a lot higher.
Mhm.
I love Oksana, no disrespect to her. I felt like it wasn't, I was more competing with myself and Whitney. I knew
Mhm.
Whitney was going to bring it this year.
Mhm.
You could see in her like Instagram photos that she had like downsized,
Mhm.
like her shape. So I knew she was trying to be tighter and compete with my shape,
Mhm.
which, adds a lot of fuel. Like, I see her post on Instagram and it's like, okay, she's bringing it. Like, let's go. It's time to roll. Um, so it's super motivating. I love all the girls in the fitness division, and we definitely inspire each other. So I'm just hoping that, doing your podcast, and I've been getting on some other people's as well. I
Mhm.
just want to bring more eyes to the fitness division, because we are a breed of our own. Like,
Mhm.
the fact that we bring in crazy physiques, and then we're also like doing all these crazy moves with our body, being so dieted down.
Mhm.
Um, I want to be an ambassador of the sport of fitness. And yeah, I just want more people watching us.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of your shows that you've done, and then I really enjoy them. Do a great job, and again, appreciate you coming on mine.
Of course.
But yeah, you're right. Well, you're 100% right. The fitness division is probably the most entertaining because of the aspect of your routines, and it also has the physique aspect of like figure and whatnot. And you have to think that some of these competitors in these other divisions that get dieted down like you guys do, they have such a hard time doing anything, but you guys are performing these incredible gymnastic routines, dance routines at that state of dehydration and just having your body fat that low. It's very difficult, and it's also like one of my favorites for sure. So
Thank you. Yeah.
100%.
It's cool that, like, I actually had the opportunity to stand next to Oksana on stage, that she came out
Mhm.
of retirement for the show, um, for this Olympia, because it's like, if you put into, I've used this analogy before, but if like Dorian Yates were to come back into bodybuilding right now,
Mhm.
or Ronnie Coleman could come back, and
Mhm.
stand on stage with open guys of today, like Big Ramy and Brandon,
Right.
it would be, or like Hunter Labrada. Like, it's like me getting a chance to stand with the great. It would be
Mhm.
like Hunter getting a chance to stand with one of those guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just blessed to be able to stand next to her, because
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, because for, well, two things, right? One, you get to stand next to a great, Olympian in your division, and but two, you get to legitimately have the torch passed to you, saying that you beat the legitimate, Olympian, for 4 times. So big
yeah.
deal, big deal. So with that, behind you, and everything going on, like, what are your plans from, like, up into the next Olympia? Are you going to try to compete in the Arnold? Are you going to just hold off? Like, what are your ideas for next year?
Sure. So The Arnold put out like a press release yesterday.
Mhm.
I saw on the Columbus News
Okay.
that they're postponing the event until September.
I see. Okay.
So they haven't set out the date yet, but in the news article, they said that today I think they're going to announce the actual dates of when it will be. I'm thinking it'll probably take the Olympia spot, which is the second week of September.
Mhm.
And then the Olympia, I have no idea when that's going to be, but I'm assuming it'll be in December again.
Mhm. Uh,
Um,
Do you like that? Do you like the fact that it's going to be September, December? Can you hold your conditioning?
I personally love that idea
Mhm.
because my body needs a little bit of a break.
Mhm.
And in break, I mean, I need to put on some body fat again and start training.
Mhm.
Just going back to my roots of like powerlifting type bodybuilding, bodybuilder style heavy training.
Right.
There's some improvements that I want to make in my back again. So yeah, I'm ready for like this little bit of a break. I also want to do the Toronto Pro Show, which is August 20th, tentatively. I don't know. Canada's in a super big lockdown right now.
Yeah. Everything is kind of, up in the air. We thought by now it wouldn't be, but it looks like we're in this for the long haul. So might have to
Yeah.
just maneuver you the best way you can.
Yeah, so I'll definitely defend my title as the Arnold Classic champion in September. And
Mhm.
then if Toronto does happen in August, I will do Toronto as well because it's my hometown. My husband still hasn't met my father. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, I really want to be able to connect with him and, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, that would be awesome if you could go there, win yourself, another first place, and then you have the family time, there. Hopefully, you'll get an opportunity, and Canada will kind of loosen. Everything will get better, and Canada will loosen its, hold there that they have. So,
yeah, I'm hoping for it.
yeah, yeah. So, how's your husband feeling with your win and everything? I imagine he's extremely ecstatic.
Yeah, he's really proud of me. I can't tell you how big of a supporter, like he's my number one fan. He's
Mm.
such a great, I'm trying to think of all these words and it's just my mind just goes because he literally is like he means everything to me. He's so
Yeah.
supportive. Um the just he really is such a positive person in my life and in all aspects.
Mhm.
Like he just brings out the best in me and I couldn't ask for like a better husband,
Yeah.
partner, best friend. Um, the fact that he understands how hard it is to diet because he diets too, right? Like he'll
Mhm.
do his like cuts and everything. And
Yeah, I've seen a couple of his pictures and stuff, and he looks really good too. Like, so it looks. I was looking at him, I was like, oh, is he going to compete? But but it looks like he might just be doing it for aesthetics and stuff like that. Is that about right?
yeah, so
Hmm.
he does not compete.
Hmm.
He's really high up in his career. He's a
Uh-huh.
financial advisor and he is super busy with that, but he still makes the time to do his cardios, train, eats properly, not properly, eats like on a meal regimen. Like
Right.
him and I don't even eat together because we just have our own little schedules.
Sure.
So it's he's just so understanding. He's
Yeah.
freaking amazing.
Well, I mean, that's more. Can't ask for more, right? Like that's great that like you guys are able to have this cohesive unit where it allows you to compete in what you love and be elite level at that and he obviously doing his career and enjoying his life with you too. So that's great to hear. You don't hear that too much in the fitness industry, but really in the world in general. So it's always nice to hear.
Yeah, I'm super blessed to have him.
Awesome. Well, Missy, I won't take up any more of your time. Again, very thankful for you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on. And again, congratulations on the huge win.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And yeah, hopefully we can chat again, maybe
Absolutely.
before the Toronto Pro Show, because
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
I
great.
love that. I'd love that. You take care.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Armin.
Bye.